Today's
she is when she's had the right amount.
Brought to you by letter 3.
2, 1. We're here.
3.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Who's the leader?
Let's really quick cover this for
I am
2
the
seconds.
leader.
We didn't decide on who was going to open it.
And in 3.
Hold on.
2.
Let's. Okay.
Paul got flagged.
Okay, we're at.
I guess we're not ready.
We are.
I am ready to.
And on that note.
Guys, welcome to Nerdentials, your weekly dose of the nerdy essentials, covering film, TV, movies, and video games. We are your hosts for I am Joe, and starting over here,
I'm Matt.
I am Jeff.
Hi, I'm Paul.
in the awkwardest voice I've heard you in yet. And opening up this week, guys, we are changing up the format slightly. For a little while now, just to see if you guys like a little bit of the changes. We want to put out a different variety of content this week. So this week, for our nerdy news, it's just going to be one episode, and we're going to cover movies, TV, and games.
Yes.
And then we'll put out a couple other interesting and fun videos later in the week.
God, I hope they're fun.
And
I think they will be.
We want your opinions on these. So if you're watching,
please write in the comments. Tweet us at Nerdentials. Hit us up on Facebook and let us know how you guys feel about this week's
videos coming up.
This week's
be
content.
Your variety show.
Yeah.
I'm a variety show.
We haven't done a variety show since the pilot episodes with me and Matt, and so we're going to bring it back to that for a little while.
No, full circle.
Going off of that, guys, something we told you last week, I think me and Matt mentioned it, we were going to review Netflix original series Santa Clarita Diet. Mm-hmm. Let's open this up first off. I'm going to give the quick layout of what the show was, and then I'll get you guys' thoughts on this. Basically, you've got Timothy Olyphant and Drew Barrymore leading the show off. 2 real estate agents, just going about their average everyday lives, and for some strange reason, you okay?
I'm okay.
You got some blood in your
just wait.
Everywhere.
They're just trying to live normal lives in Santa Clarita, California, and
Not Santa Clarita, Connecticut.
Not to be confused at all, because there would be confusion there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's so many Mexican-sounding names up there with the Spanish flair, you know.
Yeah, well, they have restaurants.
I'll put that in the subtext.
It's not a restaurant show.
I don't know, because there's a lot of food in this show.
Yeah.
Varying.
Dead people food.
Worms.
Speaking of dead people, this show is
about.
all about that, and it's kind of an interesting spin on the zombie genre. Not your typical run-of-the-mill, scare, fright, eat, suck, blood,
Eat, suck.
rinse, repeat.
Suck, pray.
Eat, suck, pray.
That's the triple X version.
It's the sequel to Eat, Love, Pray.
Eat,
the
pray,
book.
love.
Eat, pray.
Eat your prey.
Exactly.
Eat your prey, then love them.
Drew Barrymore, in the middle, there's going to be slight spoilers going forward after this, but I'll keep it spoiler-free right now, so just warning, guys, skip ahead if you haven't seen it, but you should have.
Shame
on you for not binge-watching Netflix.
It's 28 minutes long.
Actually, I recommend not binge-watching Santa Clarita Diet, because I watched it all in 2 days, and both nights I had dreams involving murdering people.
Save that for thoughts and concerns afterwards, but let's just finish up the plot. Drew Barrymore becomes sick, and then straight up dies. And this all happens in the first 10 minutes, guys. No spoilers there. And they discover that she's basically undead. Not your traditional zombie, but she suddenly is more vibrant, more exuberant, more enjoys life, but she needs to ironically eat humans now. And that is the twist in the entire plot of this show, filled with lots of wonderful banter, great written dialogue, and basically we just see their lives played out and how they're going to deal with this. So, that's the plot of the show. Let's throw this around. I saw Matt raise his hand briefly. Did you want to say a little bit about it?
Matthew.
Well, to go with that first episode, she doesn't eat humans yet. she's actually
She doesn't
like,
realize that. That's right.
raw
Right.
hamburger and like raw things.
It
And she
doesn't
doesn't know why.
happen. Yeah, and it doesn't happen until the end of the episode.
Yeah. So it's just
and
like
then she gets her
Realizes.
first taste of.
Which is
Of
a
it.
really cool concept in it.
Jeff, initial thoughts on the show overall?
I thought it was great. There are going to be parts that make you cringe and parts that are going to make you laugh, and there are a lot of parts that will do that latter part.
You can agree. Don't eat while watching, right?
No,
I couldn't.
or
I could
drink anything because you will. It will come out your nose.
Right.
yeah, I could
Experience, Matthew?
I don't want to talk about it.
eat. Peter Oliphant is hilarious. I can't remember. No, the neighbor kid.
Eric
Eric,
Bemis.
yeah. So Joel and Eric are probably the funniest characters throughout that whole thing, just with their one-liners and for different reasons as well. Eric is just awkward,
Hardcore
and hilarious.
antisocial.
He's
a nerd
hilarious
through and
because
through.
of it. Yeah.
Right.
And Joel's just quick, like, little one-liners, just like, oh,
Cynical
great.
about life.
Yeah. It's
Sorry, what were you talking about? I was thinking about how good looking I was.
exactly.
Ex jock turned real
Yes.
estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are shining moments for absolutely every single character in this show. They all just have great lines. The dialogue is just witty and fun to hear. And I think that everybody should watch it.
Let's pass this over to Paul. Paul, overall thoughts?
It's freaking hysterical. I loved it the whole way through. I watched the first 6 episodes in one sitting.
The same thing.
And then...
Close to that, yeah.
Yeah, and then I finished it about a day and a half later. And then, like I said earlier, it totally messed with my dreams. And I had dreams about, like, murder and stuff like that. But, like, lighthearted murder. Just like in Santa Clarita Diet. Nothing like a little lighthearted murder to get you through the night.
And that's how they treated it in
Shoving
the
a
show,
guy
right?
inside a freezer.
Exactly.
Hitting a guy over the head with a shovel and then throwing him over the fence.
All right, we'll get to quotes and stuff. Let's wrap up the review with your guys' favorite moments or lines, favorite quotes. Paul, you got anything off the top of your head?
Disclaimer, a lot of the great lines, they are profane, and Timothy Oliphant delivers his profanities so beautifully, just like a man on the edge. And one of my favorite scenes, they're talking about bringing in search dogs, and Timothy Oliphant's talking to a cop, and he just goes, "F***ing dogs are great."
Timothy Oliphant's filled with a lot of, like, guttural reaction meets, okay, I need to steer this back to reality, and then finishes the line, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of those.
I think another one of his good ones is like, "Are you a doctor?" No. Well, let's not solely on a career that takes 8 years of college to get through.
Let's not make a judgment call on, right? That's in the pilot episode, by the way, guys.
Yeah, it's just a great line. I think my favorite line, though, is after him and his wife split up and they're trying to do things separately, and then they get back together, and he goes,
"Awesome
you
line.
know what? From now on, let's fuck things up together."
That was hilarious.
And true love.
Yeah,
True love in that show. Matthew, you got a line?
Eric, he's sitting there putting
The antisocial nerd in the show.
Yeah. He buys Kevin Bacon's hat from
Tremors. Yeah.
And he's wearing it, and he goes, "I'm so glad you're here with me. This is a lot easier." And he's looking at the girl, and she goes, "What?" And he goes, "Oh, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the hat."
It's like, oh, sorry, I was talking to the hat.
One of my favorite lines. It's not like an outstanding line, but it's just delivered with such vigor, and that's he's at the barbecue over at the sheriff's house in the backyard, and the really husky friend that's kind of just tries to be friends with everyone at the party comes over with a couple beers and tells Joel, "Hey man, I got a beer. It's got honey in it." And then Timothy Oliphant without a pause goes, "What was it? That's such f***ing great news!" While dealing with the chaos of finding out his wife is dead, and he just continues to deliver those lines throughout the season. Let's give a number rating, 1 to 10. Paul, go.
8.
8. Jeff?
9.
9. I'm going to go with 9. Solid 9. Sure.
I said 9.5.
9.5 for you?
All high ratings for me.
All high ratings.
Yeah.
Guys, go watch this.
Paul, you said that you had something that you wanted to bring up for movies, right?
Let's do a little bit of movie talk for a few seconds,
Okay.
shall we?
Okay, so continuing coverage of The Batman and the DCEU.
Rest in
Okay,
peace.
so
Not yet.
Sorry,
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Moment of
So
silence
check
for a
this.
minute.
So as we discussed in a previous episode, Ben Affleck stepped down from directing The Batman. Earlier this week, we had confirmation that Warner Brothers was talking with Matt Reeves, director of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, for him to take up the directing chair. Really exciting news. Only to find out today, it broke, that Matt Reeves has left negotiations to direct The Batman. Here is my theory about what's going on with The Batman. I think Ben Affleck is having a nervous breakdown. Okay, so here's the facts as we know them. Ben Affleck got a divorce last year.
That's true.
He lost his children in that divorce. Ben Affleck is a recovering alcoholic and has been to rehab at least 3 times in the last 5 years. He's also a gambling addict. He takes his movies very seriously, and Batman vs. Superman tanked with critics. Absolutely tanked.
He was
made its
very
money
affected.
back. And he was. We all know the sad Affleck meme.
Mm-hmm.
Live by Night was his latest directorial effort, and that was supposed to be huge. There was so much positive buzz around it. Came out, critics didn't care for it. It lost Warner Brothers $75 million. The resurgence that Ben Affleck had after directing Gone Baby Gone and then eventually leading to Argo and The Town, that steam has puttered out, and I think he's taking it very personally. And I think all of that, the movie's tanking, the loss of $75 million,
Culmination.
he wants out of his Batman contract. You know, his life is crumbling around him, and I think that the movie is suffering because of it, which is completely justifiable. DC, Warner Brothers, if the man is having a nervous breakdown, cash it out. Cash out his contract. Let him try and reassemble his life. Because when he's good, he is really, really good.
He is.
And if his life is falling apart, he's not going to be able to do good for you guys. He's not going to be able to do good for the fans. That's just one fan's plea, one fan's theory on what's going on with Ben Affleck and what's going on with DC's The Batman. Do you guys have anything that you want to add to it? Any thoughts on Matt Reeves stepping out of negotiations? Thoughts on Ben Affleck's crumbling life?
I think that we should probably just put a stick in DC right now.
One thing I wanted to say for now, and agree with that, let's just have a moment of silence for Warner Brothers and the DCEU, starting right now.
All right.
Anyway, that
Yeah.
long enough,
I don't know
right?
why I just stared off into space.
You and me did that
Both of you.
last time we had a moment.
I stared out into space, but it was completely
lowered
like
my
all
head.
over here. I was like,
I'm like way up here.
Paul, thank you. That was informative, knowledgeable.
very informative.
There's a lot of detail
And-
there that I didn't know about. How do you feel about the Ben Affleck situation conundrum? And also, guys, let us know how you feel about the Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix. We all love it, clearly. Good reviews. Go watch it.
Please do.
That being said, guys, 2 things. Follow us and hit us up on Twitter and Facebook, as always. And go check out our larger network of nerds and geeks at queuedupmedia.com. And with that, guys, we're going to leave you for the week. And as always, nerds, we'll see you
On the other side. No, he's not going to do one this week.
Oh, wait for it.
I like you guys.
Hey, that works, kind of.
He likes you guys, and he's sticking around.
Welcome to Nerdentials, your weekly source of the nerdy essentials. I am Jeff. This is Paul. That is Joe, and this is Matt. There are 4 of us.
Now
and
we're
we
open.
are here. I don't know why I say that every freaking time. I say we are here.
Where else would we be?
I don't know. Around a table all the time? That's where we are.
So, do we
Knights
wanna-
of